With few exceptions, human beings want to be emotionally and physically close to each other. Life seems better shared, and yet no area of human endeavor seems more fraught with challenges and difficulties than our relationship with others. Relationships, like most things in life worth having, it requires effort. Think of it this way. Even a good relationship takes work. After all, our significant other, our close friends, and even our parents are not perfect. And oddly enough, they may not see us as perfect either. We have to learn how to accommodate and adapt to their idiosyncrasies, their faults, their moods, etc. Just as they must learn how to do the same with us. And it's worth it. Some relationships, however, are more difficult and require proportionally more work. We are not clones but individuals, and some individuals in relationships are going to have more difficulties, more disagreements. But because we value these relationships, we're willing to make the effort it takes to keep them. And then there are toxic relationships. So these relationships have mutated themselves into something that has the potential, if not corrected, to be extremely harmful to our well being. These relationships are not necessarily helpless, but they require substantial and difficult work if they are to be changed into something healthy. The paradox is that in order to have a reasonable change to turn a toxic relationship into a healthy relationship, we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared to leave it. Every couple argues, but when conflicts become toxic, the relationship begins to feel unsafe. These conversations are not just a typical fight, they are filled with hurtful, and eventually, no one feels secure, and the relationships could soon be in jeopardy. By definition, a toxic relationship is a relationship characterized by behaviors on the part of the toxic partner that are emotionally and not infrequently physically damaging to their partner, while a healthy relationship contributes to our self esteem and emotional energy. A toxic relationship damages our self esteem and drains energy. A healthy relationship involves mutual caring, respect, compassion, and there is an interest in our partner's welfare and growth. There is an ability to share control and decision making. In short, a shared desire for each other's happiness. A, a healthy relationship is a safe relationship. It's a relationship where we can be ourselves without fear. A place where we feel comfortable and secure. A toxic relationship, on the other hand, is not a safe place. A toxic relationship is characterized by insecurity, self centeredness, dominance, control. We risk our very being by staying in such a relationship. To say a toxic relationship is dysfunctional, keep in mind that it takes two individuals to have a toxic relationship. Initially, we will look at the behaviors of the toxic partner, but we must look equally hard at the individual who is the recipient of the toxic behavior. And we must ask why. Why does an adult stay in a relationship that will almost infinitely damage him or her emotionally or physically? And what, if anything, we can do short of leaving this might help mend such a relationship? We will examine both these questions later. However, first, let's examine a toxic behavior and relationships in more detail. So, why do people behave in toxic ways? And why do others put up with such behaviors? The answer is the same for both individuals: poor self esteem, rooted in underlying insecurity. Toxic individuals behave the way they do because at some level they don't believe that they are lovable, right? And that anyone would really willingly want to meet their needs or just to be listened. Their partners stay with toxic individuals because they too believe they are unlovable and that no one would willingly meet their needs. But are not controlling individuals often narcissistic? Don't they simply have inflated egos? Believe that they are entitled to everything they want at no cost to themselves? Occasionally, particularly in the case of the toxic user, narcissism may be part of the problem. But narcissism itself is often a reaction to underlying insecurity. This brings up the question and the problem of what to do if you are in a toxic relationship. The paradox is this: you you want to improve your relationship with a toxic partner. You have to be willingly to leave that relationship if nothing changes. If you're willing to do so, well, you have a much power available to you. But if you are not willing to do so, you have a very limited power available to you. Your toxic partner will know ultimately, regardless of what they do, you really want to leave. So before you attempt to confront a toxic partner, make sure your self-esteem and self-confidence are good enough for you to know that you will be alright if they end the relationship with you, or you end up having to end it with them. If you're not there, I strongly urge you to get therapy help or to join a codependency group. So, what to do? The bad news is that you cannot change your partner. But the good news is that you can change yourself, which it may lead you to behave differently with your partner. It results in your partner deciding to change his or her behavior. Essentially, what you do is calmly but firmly confront the toxic behavior. You do this by identifying the behaviors to your partner, letting him or her know they are no longer acceptable, and suggesting alternate behavior that would work better. Simple, isn't it? Actually, it is. Once again, you have to believe you deserve to be treated with courtesy, compassion, and respect in a relationship, or you will not continue the relationship. When you first confront a toxic partner, you can expect that he or she will actually escalate their controlling behaviors. You have to be able to handle whatever they do. You have to stay calm and firm and simply repeat your request. If your partner refuses to change, consider separating from them. You should then talk with them again. Just repeat your request and let them know that you will not stay in a relationship if they continue their toxic behavior. If they once again refuse to change, you need to end the relationship. A notable exception: I believe strongly in a zero tolerance policy for physical abuse. No matter how apologetic your partner is, if you have been physically abused, and you must separate from them immediately. If they then seek appropriate help and you have a reasonable confidence that they will not physically abuse you again, you may consider whether or not you want to return to the relationship. Hi guys, thank you for watching my TED Talk. I hope you guys are doing well and stay safe. Bye.